to new messages, press 1.
You're nothing to me but just another target. You're dead, kid. Watch out. You want a white genocide? We're gonna start with you. We'll see you tomorrow.
George Ciccarello Marr at Drexel University has gotten hundreds of messages just like these.
What's the scariest threat that you received?
Threats that involve my child. That's something that no one wants to hear.
It started last December after he posted this on Twitter: "All I want for Christmas is white genocide." More recently, he tweeted that Trumpism and the narrative of white victimization are to blame for the mass shooting in Las Vegas.
Do you stand by all your tweets?
Absolutely. I mean, I haven't tweeted anything that's, that's inaccurate or that it's not, part of a conversation, or not, in that case, a satirical jab at a certain paranoid, racist fantasy. I mean, these are political debates, right? These are difficult conversations that we need to have.
Ciccarello Marr is one of hundreds of professors who've been featured on the Professor Watch List, one of several sites with a similar mission.
We're not saying these professors should be silenced. Instead, we're pointing out what has become a systemic problem in our universities, where professors are able to say things that are completely outrageous.
A California professor on the list got death threats after she was critical of Trump's election.
We have been assaulted. It's an act of terrorism.
A Princeton professor received death threats after saying that President Trump
is a racist, sexist megalomaniac.
There's an entire cottage industry for reporting on controversial things that faculty members say, which then riles up internet outrage mobs who then try and get schools to get rid of people who they disagree with.
In the last year, more than 100 incidents of targeted harassment against professors have been reported on college campuses.
This is the front page.
What's the end goal here?
Well, hopefully we get college campuses to be more intellectually diverse. They're not representative of the country, and they're dominated by liberals or institutional leftists.
Some of these professors have gotten death threats as a result of being outed on these websites. Do you see that the watch list has responsibility for that?
I don't have sympathy for people that are in public life that say these sort of statements and then try and play the victim card.
We're talking about death threats, people calling for me to be shot, lynched. They call for my wife to be raped and my kids to be shot in the head.
At Trinity College in Connecticut, sociology professor Dr. Johnny Williams has also been a target.
I hope you get what's coming to you.
My God.
Yeah.
The threats came after he shared an article using the hashtag #LetThemEffingDie.
I was only quoting an article that had in the title, "Let Them Effing Die." He wasn't talking about all white people. He was saying, what if racial bigots, what if we ignored them and let them die?
I mean, you used a hashtag, #LetThemDie.
Yeah.
Could some people see that as a incitement to violence?
No. I think if people had the correct idea about what white supremacy is and what whiteness is as an ideology, they would have a different point of view.
We did place Professor Williams on leave while we were assessing the facts of the case. We believe strongly and absolutely in academic freedom, but every freedom comes with responsibilities and limitations.
How did it feel when you found out that your school wasn't standing behind you?
I felt disgusted with the way they responded and the way they treated me.
We're still waiting on a couple people.
After his tweet about the Las Vegas shooting, Drexel put Ciccarello Marr on administrative leave, citing safety concerns due to a growing number of credible threats against him.
Now I'm teaching my classes online.
Are you allowed on campus?
I'm only allowed on campus with a police escort.
Bring back GCF! Bring back GCF!
You're marching to the provost to ask for your professor back.
To demand for our professor to be reinstated.
In a statement to CNN, Drexel said in part that it's committed to ensuring that its campus is a safe environment for those who study, teach, and work at the university, while upholding its foundational commitment to academic freedom.
We're actually taking away the controversial discussions that need to happen at universities. We need to have tough discussions because there's a lot of bad things going on.
Dr. Williams will be back on Trinity's campus to teach next semester.
What else is going on?
But Professor Ciccarello Marr doesn't know when or if Drexel will allow him back in the classroom.
Even if these were credible threats, which I don't believe most of them are, you don't run away from threats from Nazis and white supremacists, especially if you're a university. You can't cow to these sorts of threats, or you encourage them.